Hi, everybody. Diane, Healing Bodies, Healing Souls. We're going to talk about anxiety today. Anxiety affects a lot of people, kind of almost like a minute to minute, day to day thing. And of course, we can't get rid of the ability to have anxiety, but we can relax it down, tame it down, heal from it so that we are not anxious or with anxiety, kind of that 24/7 thing. It's really difficult on the heart, messes up relationships, gives you that fight or flight. So I don't know if I'm just going to argue, get angry, push people away, or ghost, hide, ignore, and run. All of that is with anxiety present. Anxiety is in that nervous system, that fight, that flight. I don't know, but people, if they don't really understand that you're in anxiety and they just think that that's you, they don't know why you're overreacting or underreacting. And people that have anxiety affect others quite a bit. I had a guy show up yesterday to do some work, and he was full blown full of anxiety. I couldn't be around him. I can't hire him. He could have been the best of the best, but I don't care. If you have that nervousness, that anxiousness, then I can't lean in and trust that person at all. It's going to trigger, because we all have anxiety. We have the ability to have it. It triggers my anxiety because he's so high up there that I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm starting to feel that too. That's why it's difficult to be around people with anxiety. So enough about that. It's like, okay, I get it. How am I going to relieve it, reduce it, relax it? So it's not a 24/7 gig for me that really is not good for my heart. Of course, relationships and all that stuff. So we're going to take a couple deep breaths, is really what we're going to do. In through the nose, out through the lips. And we're going to get grounded and centered. We're going to realize that right here, right now, you're in a safe moment. I'm in a safe moment. There is no need to have nervousness or anxiety or anxiousness right now. So wherever you are on the scale, 1 to 10, 10 being too high, 8 or 9, you can bring it down to a 6, just knowing that in this moment, we're all okay. And then, now that we realize and we're breathing and we're paying attention, we're going to bring our thoughts to right now. Remind yourself of your body's age. We're going to realize that the past is gone. We don't need to relive it. The future is not here. We don't need to worry about it. And that for relationships, for my heart, I choose to find safety in this right now. I choose to remind myself of truth. Right now, I'm safe. Heart, you can relax. Because when we have that tightness, that stress, that anxiety, that panic that you're used to, it takes the heart and it makes it small. It clutches it. It's fear. And if I went boo and scared you, you could see how that the heart would be affected. It's like, oh, but you're used to having a heart that is being too restricted. It's like putting a cage around it. So we're going to remind our body, especially the heart, that we are safe. No alarms, nothing to worry about in truth. And the body that's so used to the anxiety and the stress, the fight, the flight, the want to argue or want to just leave and not deal with life, those are such ingrained patterns, and we're going to fix that. Just give me a call. But they're so in you so much that you don't even realize at what level you are, but right now, just reduce it 50%. Not asking you to take it completely away just yet. But I know whatever number you are now that you're starting to realize time, and some people may have to drive in some really bad snow or all the way to New York by themselves, and then they may be a little worried then, but they don't need to be worried now. And so now that we're starting to relax and realize that, and asking our heart that is used to holding, being restricted, being scared, we're going to start to ask the heart to let some of that go. And we're going to apologize to the heart and to the body for holding on to that anxiety and not taking care of it when it first originally showed up. And that could have been at birth, 2, 3, 5, 7 years old. But for right now, it's pretty powerful. Body, can you forgive me for holding on to all of this gunk? Can you forgive me, body? And the body 100% says yes. And thank you. And you're going to feel that you can start to relax and let go. And this is where prosperity and abundance is. This is where really juicy relationships start to show up. Because if you're half-assed doing something, you can't expect super good and delicious stuff. You just can't. I asked you a minute or so ago if you could reduce it 50% down. The body wants to. I know you want to. And you probably did quite well at reducing it 50% of the time, which is good. And thank you. Could I ask you another 50%? It is possible. Now, that nervous system may say, whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute. I've got some backstories. I don't want to hear your backstories. You don't need to hear your backstories. You've heard them 100,000 times. And they do not pertain to this moment. So you could take a couple deep breaths and you could actually unwind a little bit more. And that heart is just going to feel that it has more room, more love, more safetyness. It really is. It's unclutching the heart and clutching the body. Being okay. I want to be okay right now. Not when I get these bills paid or retire or move. No, I'll be okay then, of course. But right now, unclutching, relaxing, unwinding that nervous system to truth. I'm okay, I'm safe. And there's nothing I can do right now to make it safer. My office door is closed and locked. I'm in a good zip code. So there's really nothing that I or possibly you need to do right now other than to chill the fuck down. So I'm just going to continue to practice every day we get up to practice the ability to let go of the stressors that feed my anxiety, that keeps me up too high, that constricts my heart, takes away a good success game, messes up relationships, takes away prosperity and abundance. There is no good when my nervous system is jacked up without a reason. Now, you and if I were walking around and started across the street and a car got a little too close, jack up your nervous system, fight or flight. Do I run forward? Do I run back? Live, survive, please. But then that moment always ends. And that's the key thing right now. And please listen and listen to this 25 times. So many moments of your past had a start and a stop date. Make sure that those stories stay way back there and don't continue bleeding into those chapters, keeping them alive, which again is affecting the nervous system. I help people find what truth is, and that we have the ability to be pretty amazing, very successful, powerful, healthy. And it takes a healthy you to have a healthy life. And just no more excuses. Just no more excuses of what has happened that keeps you all lit up, because after a while you have to be a little, I don't know, bored or exhausted by your backstories of why you're this way. All my sessions are on Zoom. I'm damn good at what I do. And I want you to understand where you are in the nervous system. I will help you understand why you are that way. And I will really, really get you to understand why that option that you had was not that great of an option. And we're going to come up with different options, solutions, so that you can be successful in all areas of your life. And it does start with the nervous system. Well, actually, it starts with calling me first. Zoom sessions, powerful. I got you. All I need you to do is give me a call and want more for yourself. And then I will help you get that ball rolling. Diane Gazine, healing bodies, healing souls. And thank you.